Good morning. Good morning. There we go. Let's rise and sing.
You guys know this one? All right, here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah!
All right, only here for God. Who's only here for God today? I'm only here for God. That's all there is. Just showing up to be God, to live God, to experience God, to know God. I know. So turn to someone and say, I know God as you. And turn to someone else and say, I know God as you. Yes. Each one is a unique expression of God. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. Wow, I'm so excited to talk today about visioning and catching a vision, because the world so needs our vision. We need to pierce through all that appearance and have a clear vision. We're going to talk about that today. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. How good it is to be here with all of you. I welcome all of you who are online. You are so awesome. I love the comments. I love the way you show up. I love the way you support this community. We have not only the people in the room, but we have all the people around the world, I'm going to say, because we have had people from many different countries listening in. So we are serving the world. Thank you all for being here at this community where we know the one thing is going on, and that is God. And so that's the ever-changing truth, no matter what the appearance may be. Yes? Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. We have our staff minister, Reverend Catherine McKinney, to give us our announcements.
And I checked the date. It really is March the 22nd, just so we know. I am Reverend Catherine McKinney, and what is the first thing I ask you to do? Silence those phones. And most phones now, it's really easy. So just check and make sure you're where you want to be. Now, the other thing that we're just beginning to talk about, but there's a highlight about it today, the spiritual retreat that we are used to having. Many of us went to Arrowhead and had a great time. This year it's going to be in October, and it's going to be the Columbus Day, is what it has been known, but also Indigenous Peoples Day that weekend. And it will be in American University, which is in the Simi Valley area. It's a lovely retreat center. I've actually been to a retreat there once before, and it really is nice. Kosher food, it's quite good. And today, if you check out on the table, you're going to get the pricing and a number of details that we haven't been announcing before. So please check that out and consider that for your spiritual growth coming up in October. Now, what's happening today, several things. Right after service at 12:30, Reverend Gregory is going to be discussing or holding the intentional meditation manifestation follow-up meeting. So you're going to be talking about what you've manifested in the 4 weeks since this original. So be prepared to do that. 12:30, and it's right here in the sanctuary. Also today at 12:30, our drumming circle is meeting for that fourth Sunday, and it's a very popular group, so if you're part of that, then that is where you will be. And then we have a concert today, and it is at 5 p.m. Now, do we have a video today, sir? Yes, so let's watch that.
Hello, Redondo Beach CSL. This is Jessie Powers. I am a nationally touring singer-songwriter from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm really excited to let you know that I am coming to visit you. I'm going on a big road trip, a big winter tour, and so I will be there to give a full concert of my original music on March 22nd. I'm really excited to meet all of you, and I promise it's going to be a fun, uplifting, beautiful, insightful time. So come on out for some community and music and spiritual connection, and I will see you on March 22nd. From the west unto the east.
She's a wonderful singer. I've heard her many times. She's a great, does a great concert. So we also have coming up in this week on March the 27th at 7 p.m., the Red Tent Gathering. It is a space where we are connecting for women's wisdom and friendship, embracing the lens of science of mind and the divine feminine. It will be on the last Friday of every month, and it's organized by Shannon Squilante and Lauren Williamson. Are either of you all here? You want to stand up for that? You want to stand up? There, I see Shannon. And so these are the ladies that are putting this together. So it is this Friday, March the 27th. Now, coming up on the 29th, which is next Sunday, we have a workshop with Reverend Valerie Reeves, and it's going to be the power of visioning. So that's next Sunday, starting at 12:30, and it will be in the sanctuary. Because Easter's coming up, the Easter lilies are back. You can now begin to buy your dedications that will go on that big board back there. You can dedicate in honor of or in memory of anyone. And you can buy one for yourself if that's what you would like to do. I mean, we can honor ourselves. And so if you would like to do that, that is an option for you. Fill out the form, and you can do that at the front desk. We are going to have a wonderful Easter service. It's at April the 5th on Easter morning at 11 a.m. And the kids will have so much fun. We'll have an Easter egg hunt. It will be a great day at Youth Church. And so I hope that if you have kids and grandkids, make sure they're here that Sunday, because it'll be great fun. Now, we also have coming up in April a very important date, the annual membership meeting. That's April the 26th at 12:30 p.m. It'll be right here in the sanctuary. Everyone is invited, but only members are eligible to vote, so keep that in mind. There will be 2 vacancies for the Board of Trustees, and if you are interested in running for the Board of Trustees, then please contact any one of the nominating committee. That would be Reverend Gregory, Kenneth Darr, or Mark Ruth, no later than April the 5th, so that's Easter Sunday. There is also a proposed amendment on the agenda to the bylaws, and that wording of that will be out there at the desk, so you can read that. So this is an important thing to check up on what's going on in the center, elect new members, and decide how you want to vote on the bylaw change. Science of Mind classes will begin the first week of April. For those taking their first certified class, Reverend Gregory will be offering our foundational class, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. For those continuing with certificated courses, practitioner Mark Ruth will offer Powering Your Decisions. The easiest way to enroll is to go to our website, and then that helps that, but you can check in at the desk as well for more information. Join us for a transformational workshop with author and world-renowned spiritual leader Anita Moorjani. It's on Sunday, April the 19th, after service from 1 to 3 p.m. While living in Hong Kong, Anita battled end-stage cancer before experiencing a remarkable near-death experience, which are called NDEs, that shifted her perspective on life. Her best-selling book, Dying to Be Me, chronicles her profound journey and miraculous healing. The workshop is called From Chaos to Calm, Staying Centered with Love and Inner Wisdom in Uncertain Times. So that's a very important date. So again, that's April the 19th. We are celebrating Dorothy Nystrom's 101 birthday today. And we're going to celebrate even more over in Richelieu Hall, and so we invite all of you to be there. If you need any more information, and there's a lot of new information today, so please check out that activity table for the flyers. There are plenty of things out there, and they could give you double check on the dates and times, which is always useful. If you want prayer today, this is the place right here at the grand piano. Just step over, and there will be someone there to lead the prayer. There are also other practitioners available. And if you want to be even more private, we have a prayer box outside that I understand has a new sign, right? That has a new sign out there so you can see it more easily. And fill out that form, and the healing ministry will take care of your prayer. Prayer is what we do here, so allow us to do those opportunities for your own healing opportunities. If we have new friends here today, we invite you to raise your hand for a gift. We have people standing by who are going, oh, there's one way over here. And we have many, oh, and we have a new friend down here, Doris. Is there a new friend on this side? Because she's going to have to hoof it over here, but she will. I know she will. So anyone else? Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Now, there's more activity, as we said, on the activity table, and then you can also sign up for the newsletter. Oh, we got a new winner right there in the middle, so 3 of a kind, yes. We also have the Wednesday inspirational service coming up, and the speaker will be moi, Reverend Catherine McKinney. And Elise Carver will be playing as usual and doing her wonderful music. And next Sunday, our speaker will be Reverend Valerie Reeves. So we are going to have a packed week. Yes, we are. We're taking out March with a thunder. A big thank you to all of our volunteers. We couldn't do all of these things without so many volunteers. We could not. And I am so grateful. And thank you for doing that as well. So at this moment, let us step back as we are going to do our wonderful lead-in to our meditation.
I would invite you all to turn within for a moment. Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. I am safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. There's someone here who loves me, that's all I need to know. There's someone here who loves me, and so I can let go. I am safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. I am safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. There's someone here who loves me, and so I can let go. There's someone here who loves me, that's all I need to know. I am safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. I am safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me.
I am safe and whole, peaceful in my soul. My higher power is taking care of me. There is that within me that always goes before me and prepares the way, makes all things well. It is that presence of the divine, that presence of goodness, that presence of light and love and wholeness and harmony. This is the only isness that there is, the only power, the only presence that there is, and therefore I know it to be the very life of my life. I know it to be the very life of each person here, each person watching, each person who concerns us. Each one is a unique way that the divine is expressing. And so it is in this awareness of divine perfection at every point that I know that every point is a point of light. Each one of us are unique points of lights, unique emanations of the one divine spirit. In this awareness, I know that this service today, this celebration, this gathering is a lifting up of that truth of light and love and wholeness of our divine perfection and the divine perfection of all that is. So I know we lift that up today. We call that forth today, not only as a divine truth, but we call that forth as our reality and our experience and as the experience of the world. We call forth this day peace on earth. We call forth this day goodwill to all. I know that this service is a celebration and dedication to the upliftment of every person on the entire planet, every being on the entire planet. I am so grateful for the goodness that unfolds today. In great gratitude, I release this word. I let it be, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. It was the journalist Norman Cousins who popularized the saying, "Laughter is the best medicine." In 1964, nearing the age of 50, he was diagnosed with a debilitating illness with little to no hope of a cure. Cousins healed himself through the use of laughter. Since the 1960s, studies have documented the enormous benefits of laughter. Physically, laughter increases infection-fighting antibodies and improves our resistance to disease. Laughter has also been associated with decreasing inflammation markers in the blood and lowering the risk of cardiovascular disease. Endorphins released during laughter reduce pain. Cousins found that 10 minutes of genuine, hearty laughter gave him at least 2 hours of pain-free sleep. Mentally and emotionally, laughter helps shift our perspective, allowing us to view challenging situations in a less threatening light, and directly counteracts that fight or flight stress response. Laughter promotes an overall sense of well-being, helps combat depression, and increases general happiness. Laughter is contagious. Shared humor reduces isolation and helps build social connection, bonding, and a sense of belonging. That's what's so great about this community. After service, when I walk into hospitality over in Richelieu Hall, it's not the food and coffee that's creating the bonding and social connection. It's the conversation and the laughter taking place. Our recent game nights weren't just about who won. The enjoyment and fun was a result of the social connection and good-spirited laughter. We've had improv workshops here where we could be spontaneous, silly, and laugh at ourselves. We have a couple board members, I happen to be married to one of them, who inject humor into their reading of the Sunday announcements. Laughter really does make life more enjoyable. Let's see if this little story helps illustrate that laughter truly is the best medicine. Many miles from the city, a man is driving around a backwoods area of Montana when he sees a sign in front of an old, broken-down wooden house. Talking dog for sale. He stops the car, gets out, knocks on the door. The owner tells him the dog's in the backyard. The man goes around to the backyard and sees a Labrador retriever sitting there. "You talk?" he asks the dog. "Yep," the lab replies. After the man recovers from the shock of hearing a dog talk, he says, "So what's your story?" The lab looks up and says, "Well, I discovered that I could talk when I was pretty young. I wanted to help the government. So I told the CIA. In no time at all, they had me jetting around from country to country, sitting in rooms with spies and world leaders, because no one figured a dog would be eavesdropping. I was one of their most valuable spies for 8 years running. But the jetting around really tired me out, and I wasn't getting any younger. So I decided to settle down, and I signed up for a job at the airport to do some undercover security work, wandering near suspicious characters and listening in. I uncovered some incredible deals, and I was awarded a batch of medals. I got married, had a mess of pups, and now I'm just retired." The man was amazed. He went back up to the house and asked the owner what he wanted for the dog. $10, the guy said. $10? Why on earth are you selling him so cheaply? "'Cause he's a liar. He never done none of that stuff." And so it is.
I will surrender to my highest, greatest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My heart is willing, and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and true and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, there may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down, that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. Yes, I am stronger every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
Thank you.
Elise Carver. Thank you, Elise. That was awesome. How is everyone? Great and good. Hello, Claudia's here. Claudia and Jim are here. And Jim's son, Anthony. Welcome. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Someone from one of my former communities that I was part of, Will, is here today. Everyone say hello to Will over there. Yeah, so good to see everyone. So good to be here. Good to be alive, right? Good to be in our sane minds. Good to be clear. Good to be in spiritual community, right? So many people don't have spiritual community. I remember for me, I didn't have community. I didn't have community. I had people, I had friends, I had neighbors, I had all of that. But I didn't have community until I came into Centers for Spiritual Living years ago, where I was part of a community where people cared and people knew me and I knew them and we were in each other's lives and we would see each other out in the community. I love Redondo and Torrance and the South Bay for that same reason. You can be out in the world there and see people from Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. That's a great feeling. When I walked to Esplanade this morning, I saw someone from the community there. And the other day I saw two people along my walk from the community. Or I go to Whole Foods or I go to somewhere else and see people. And it's great to be part of a community, be connected in, right? To know you're not alone in this world, to know that there's a whole group of people that you're connected into that care. Isn't that good, or am I the only one who likes community? And this community in particular is just so great. This is such a great community filled with so much love, filled with so much care, kindness. And so if you're coming for the first time or you're new here, I really want you to know how welcome you are here. People want to know who you are. Now, we may gather with our friends sometimes just because we're like, oh, I haven't seen you since last week. But don't take that to mean that we don't want to know you. We want to know you, and you're invited to everything we do here. You are invited, if you're new here, you're invited to everything we do here. And me, as the senior minister, I want to meet every person who comes in here newly. So please introduce yourself, and you get to come to the front of the line, by the way. If you see a line of people out there waiting to talk to me, because I'm so nice a guy, the new people, you get to come right up to the front. You get to cut. This is the one time in life you get to cut in the line. You get to come right to the front. So good to be here. And we're talking. Thank you for that laughter there, Monica. Let's give Monica some love there. I'm laughing all day long. I find humor in so many things, especially if I'm really, hello? Someone's helping me find my humor. Especially if I really mess up something, you know, like especially if I like really mess it up, right? Like if I mess it up and then I mess up and I mess it up some more, I just eventually have to start laughing, right? I just have to go, this is so ridiculous, right? You know, like you're going to do something and you knock it over and knock stuff onto the floor and then trip over what you knocked on the floor, you know. There's so many ways we can respond, right? There's so many ways we can respond. And I just find humor in everything. One day, we were in class recently in the Advanced Consciousness Studies class, and we were talking about how we can misinterpret people, right? We can judge people without knowing. Like if you see a person, we make up a story about who they are. And so we were kind of like expanding our horizons to get out of judgment to say, what are all the possibilities in this scenario? And someone was talking about if someone was walking towards you with a scowl, right? And you're saying, oh, that person, what an angry person, right? And my humorous side was sitting there and thought of an imaginary situation where you go like, oh, no, I'm not angry, I'm just constipated. Not me, I'm not. All kinds of reasons why someone could look a particular way that they do, right? So this whole month we've been in state 3 of consciousness. And what is state 3 of consciousness? Surrender. Who said that? Claudia gets the prize. Give Claudia some love. Again. Surrender, 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 letting go, being in that space where we're willing to be used by that great power, used by that great intelligence, be of service to life. And I think this is a key thing to our world, to all of these leaders, right? As leaders, people can get caught up in ego. And we get caught up in ego as leaders. We see some of the things that are going on in the world right now, right? People who we really, truly admired and what have you, and we find out the sordid past they had, right? But leaders who get caught up in ego and forget the greatest thing that power is there for. When we tap into our power, the greatest thing when we get into a leadership position and we tap into our power, the greatest thing, and it's kind of like the divine bestowing upon us of this, right? Everything comes from the divine. Nothing comes from our human ego self, but we start to think it did. But the greatest thing that we're here to do when we are empowered, when we have power, when we're in positions of power or positions of authority or positions of influence, the greatest thing we can do with that is to be of service to others. To be of service to others. It is not about being of service to ourselves and saying, hey, since I'm now in this position of power and authority and leadership, I'm going to use that to get something. No, it's always about being of service to others. And I love that. It's called servant leadership, where we are being of service to others. We are using our power. We are using our influence. And that's how whenever I've been able to get in any sort of position, starting in Centers for Spiritual Living, when I was the board president of a large community, it was always about, wow, I can be so helpful to people in this role. I can be so helpful. I can guide people who say like, or I want to skip over to when I was in my position at the home office of Centers for Spiritual Living. And one of the groups in our worldwide organization that really felt marginalized was our practitioners. And the practitioners said, we never get to do anything. All the ministers do everything, and we're in the sidelines, and we're not empowered. And so I told, because I was in a position to change that in terms of policy, in terms of how they were seen in the organization. And I said, you are now empowered. And it took them like at least a year to really get that and embody that, right? Because the first year that I told them that, they were still coming back. Wah, they won't let us do anything. Wah, they won't let us do anything. Which state is that? State one, the victim consciousness, right? But I get it, right? When you have, because what they were saying had a lot of truth to it. It wasn't like they were making up a story. There was a lot of truth to it. But I was trying to say that day is over. This is a new day where now you can take on and fulfill your role to the fullest that you want to fulfill it. But it took a whole year for them to embody that and to start to say, oh, he really means it. I said, I will fight for you. I will, break down any barriers that are there to you doing that. You just embody the idea that this is your charter as a practitioner body. You just begin to embrace that, and you just begin to do that, and you just begin to show up to do that. But that, to me, is the beauty of being in a leadership role, is that I can alleviate suffering, right? I can help people. This is the vision I have for leadership in our world, whether it be in politics, whether it be in corporations, whether it be in the social sector, whether it be in the church sector. Leaders who know that when you get a position of power, you get a position of authority, you get a position of influence, that is for the purpose of serving others, of lifting up others. Can I get an amen? I don't want to judge anyone else. I don't want to judge any of these people, whether it be Cesar Chavez or whether it be Deepak Chopra or whether it be Donald Trump or whether it be whomever it may be. I don't want to shame anyone, or I don't want to put judgment on anyone, because there but for the grace of God go I, right? I'm glad that I'm in my sane mind. I'm glad that I'm able to know boundaries. I'm glad that I'm able to be clear. I'm glad that a minister said to me when I first became a minister, he said, there's going to be a lot of people when you're up on that stage that admire you and all of that, and you can't let that become an ego thing for you. He said that they're not loving you, they're loving God. They want to know God, and you're just the representative of God. And that was the truth. That was really the truth. But when we forget that, then we start to go with the ego, right? So in this living today, we're talking about visioning our way. Visioning on our way, and with visioning it being a state 3 consciousness, right? State 2 we were talking about last month, which none of these are good, bad, right, wrong. They're all good. They're just kind of stages. I call them states because we don't just stay in one state. We kind of move from one to the other, and then we kind of start to establish ourselves in a particular state when we reach particular levels, when we reach particular expansions in consciousness. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Or did I lose everyone? We were talking about state 2 last month, right? Where we start to learn I'm not a victim. We start to learn I'm empowered. I can speak my word. I can begin to create my reality. I don't have to just be tossed around by life and feel I'm a victim to life. That's a beautiful thing, to move from state 1 to state 2, where we're no longer a victim. We're no longer feeling we're tossed around by life. But it's not the end. A lot of times in, New Thought circles, Center for Spiritual Living circles, we think that's the end. We're just here, now I can manifest whatever I want, which is a beautiful thing. But when we start to move into state 3, we start to really be of greater service to all of life, all of humanity, all of life, all of our fellow beings, because now we're just this open space, we're no longer going from this ego personality of I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. We're now saying, reveal to me my higher self. We're really communicating at that soul level, or connecting in at our divinity to say, what is the highest vision that wants to be manifest through me? We see the difference. It's not like where we're doing a vision board anymore. It's not like where we're doing our affirmations and our spiritual mind treatment to say, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and we come with what we want to create, again, which is wonderful, but this is stepping into a higher realm, where we start to surrender, we start to let go, and we start to say, what wants to happen through me? In other words, what does my soul, or what does the divinity in me want to bring forth through me? Because now we're willing. Now, instead of being willful, right? In state 2, we're willful. I want this, I want this, I want this. In state 3, we start to be willing. I am willing to be used by this great power for great things in this wonderful life that I'm living. Who's willing to be used by that great power? That's a little bit light applause on that. Maybe about half of the room, which is okay. Who's willing to let go? We started with the song, we started with that, right, Elise? We said, I release and I let go. Who's willing to release and let go? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. That's what state 3 is all about. State 3 is all about I release and I let go and I let the Spirit run my life. And then the music played. Is that someone's phone, or is that back there with you guys? Okay. Please silence all phones. Or if you're like me and just got a new phone, I'm like, how do you silence this? It's different. It's different than the last one. This state 3 is a beautiful place to be because we can be in such service to all of life, and we can accomplish so much more than we could in state 2, because in state 2, we could only accomplish as much as we could figure out, as much as we could control, as much as we could be running the show. But in state 3, we're letting go. We're letting go, we're letting go, we're letting go. We're opening up to this great possibility of life to be made manifest through us, where we start to accomplish things we didn't even know were possible. We start to do things where we're accomplishing it, and at the same time, we're the witness to it, right? We're accomplishing it, and yet we're saying, oh my God. We're like cheering God on as we go, right? Like we're the one doing it, but we're like, whoa, God, that was good. Because we recognize that it's no longer me at an ego level, at a personality level that's doing it. So we're witnessing it at the same time that we're doing it, and we're in admiration because we let go of the ego side. And when the writers, for Hollywood and what have you, went on strike years ago, and the David Letterman show was running reruns, and David Letterman show had those top 10 things. So I did a top 10 one for surrender, and the number one was you can truly say, with surrender, you can truly say, it wasn't me. That was the last one. You know how he goes like, and the number one answer. We let go of that need to have credit, that need of the ego, that need at the personality level, that it's all about me. I got to get credit. I got to look good. And instead, we're just open to be a vessel, a vehicle for great good to come into the world. I want to share a couple things with you that I wrote down, and then I want to talk to you about why the world needs us to be in state 3 right now. Why the world needs us to have vision and to be clear. But I want to share a couple things. A couple from Wayne Dyer in his book, The Power of Intention, because if you think of that title, The Power of Intention, you're probably thinking that's a state 2 book, right? Like, okay, it's going to be talking about the power of your intention, your personal ego intention, and how you can bring that forth. But he actually had his own realization that caused him to write that book that was really a state 3 revelation. He said, in my mind, intention is now something much greater than a determined ego or an individual will. It's something almost totally opposite. Perhaps this comes from shedding many levels of ego in my own life. Dyer was influenced by the words from Carlos Castaneda, Intent is a force that exists in the universe when sorcerers, parentheses, those who live of the source, when sorcerers beckon intent, it comes to them and sets up the path for attainment. So it comes to them or comes through them. In Proverbs, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. In the Dhammapada, which is a sacred text of Buddhism, it says, he who formerly was reckless and afterwards became sober brightens up this world like the moon when freed from clouds. In the Bhagavad Gita of Hinduism, it says, they who have the eye of wisdom see. And in Proverbs, again, it says, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. With all thy getting, get understanding. With all thy getting, get understanding. So we're surrendering into this greater will and calling in and asking for divine guidance as to when we do visioning. And Reverend Valerie Reeves is going to do a workshop next Sunday after service on visioning. So for those of you who get excited about it, there's going to be a workshop next Sunday. So in visioning, we're asking essentially for divine guidance, not from out there, from in here, from within, from our soul level. We're asking for divine guidance. Oftentimes it'll be about a particular thing. It could be what is God's highest idea for Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. It could be what is God's highest idea for my life. Notice it didn't say what is my highest idea for my life. It didn't say, what is at my ego level, at that willful level, what is it that I want to create for my life? It said, what is God's highest vision? Or you could just say, if you don't like the word God, you could just say, what is the highest vision? But we're calling it forth from the depths of our being as opposed to just from up here, where we're just like formulating something like, wow, wouldn't that, which again, those are all good things. I use state 2 practices all the time. Spiritual mind treatment, I want to manifest something specific in my life. So not poo-pooing that at all. Just saying, don't stop there. There's more. But wait, there's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. So we start to surrender into what is it that wants to happen through me? What is it that my soul is calling me to bring forth into this world, to bring forth? And so one of the things I want to, before I run out of time here, I want to talk to you about the world and how this can really serve the world right now. Because it's so easy in the world right now. It's kind of chaotic. There's a lot of change. We've got AI coming. There's all kind of things going on. And it's very easy to get caught up in appearances. It's very easy to get caught up in appearances. But when we have a vision, we start to get a vision from on high. We start to get clear on what is it that I'm to bring forth here? What is it I'm to be here? What is my vision for what I see in the world? Now we're not caught up in the appearances anymore. Now we're just focused on, because the vision will grow us. The visioning is not just catching a vision of what it is that we're to bring forth. The vision is also, the practice of visioning is also asking us, what am I to become in service to this higher vision? What am I to become in service to this higher vision? So I'm growing into the vision, because some people have said when they first started visioning, they said, I don't want to vision anymore. They said, I come out of this vision with something big and I got this huge burden now. I'd rather not catch the vision. Before I didn't have this huge burden. Then I visioned, now I got this huge burden. Well, it's like, no, you missed the whole idea of what visioning is. There's no burden with visioning because you're not doing it anyway. You're just a vessel. You're just a vehicle. It's happening through you. You're witnessing it happening through you. So it's not a burden. But we catch this bigger vision. and it starts to grow us. It is bigger than what we imagined before, but when we realize that we're surrendered and we're allowing ourselves to be used for this greater vision to be made manifest, then we're surrendered to the growth that is involved, and it becomes integral to our spiritual path and our spiritual journey. It becomes integral to our spiritual path and our spiritual journey. Because it's like, okay, here's this vision, and then here's how I'm called to grow personally in order to usher this vision into manifestation. Maybe if I have a vision of a world that is filled with peace, a very peaceful world where we're kind and loving and compassionate to one another, then I have to ask the question, what am I called to become in service to that vision? It's like, oh, I am called to be more peaceful, more loving, more compassionate, more patient. Anyone being called to be more peaceful, more loving, more compassionate, more kind, less judgmental? Letting go of all those conversations where we're like, oh, they did this and they did that. Can you believe what they did today? Look at that headline. What if instead of doing all that, you were staying to the vision that's calling you from deep within your soul? That I have a vision of a world that looks a particular way. Part of what started happening to me when I first became a minister and I was catching my vision as to the higher vision for my life as a minister, one of the things that just popped in from that deep soul level was that I'm to have animosity toward no one. And I'm to love everyone. That's a big order. But that became my growth path. And so that vision began to grow me. That vision began to grow me. Because now it's like, okay, my growth is now every time that I do start to have animosity toward another person, every time that I do start to feel anything other than love for another person, I have to search deep within myself and say, what's going on within me? And I have to grow into being this place of loving all people. And the beautiful thing is, we don't have to know how to do it. Because I know that's going to be the first question, right? Well, how do you do that? Our role is to be willing. Our role is to say yes. Our role is to be surrendered. And if you're not willing, let's say you're not willing to, let's say you caught that same thing and that you're to love all people, and you're not willing yet to love all people because you have certain people you want to exclude. In fact, you have a list in your pocket right now. Then you could say, I'm willing to be willing. I'm not willing right now, but that's the degree of surrender I'm going to be in. I'm willing to be willing. And then if you say, oh, not even that, I'm not even willing to be willing. You say, well, are you willing to be willing to be willing? Take it as far as you need to. But some little degree of willingness will begin to open the way for us to grow into what it is that our soul is calling us to be. So I know I'm at that point of physical 3D realm time constraints. But I just want to say the invitation today is to begin to have your own vision that you catch from your soul of what you envision for this world, and then look at what it is, and you'll catch the details of that next week if you do that workshop with Reverend Valerie. Use that as your growth path of what it is you're stepping into. If you want a more peaceful world, what is your part in becoming more peaceful? What do you have to let go of? What do you have to release and let go of? So the invitation today is to let go. See if you're willing to be a vessel for a greater vision of our world to come in and to recognize your part in bringing that forward. And see if you're willing to say yes to that. The world really doesn't need any more complainers or judgers, or there's plenty of that. The world needs visionaries, and not only visionaries who see a greater vision, but visionaries who are saying, you know what, I'm going to be the representation of that. I'm going to be the representation of that greater vision. I'm going to be the embodiment of peace, the embodiment of compassion, the embodiment of love, the embodiment of kindness. That's the invitation today. That's your mission, should you choose to accept it. And so it is. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. You all are awesome. We're going to hear from Elise Carver once again.
This song is a new favorite, in particular in regards to everything that's going on in the world, as we've just talked about. It's called Raise the Vibe, and it's by Bob Seema.
Well, there's a shadow on the wall. There's a bomb about to fall. There's a knocking on the door. It's not so gentle anymore. And there's a bird about to fly. There's a herd on the run. It's beginning to be so clear they might know something that we don't. And there's a rising of the tide. There's an anger in the skies. There's a frequency vibration that just will not be denied. And there's a phone about to ring. It's a call we've got to take. It's a message from the future, a blast from the past, and it's calling out your name. So light your fire, fan your flame. Do what you must, be still, be strong, be bold, be brave, and meditate. Go to your altar, it starts inside. Raise your hands, raise your hearts, raise your voice, raise your thoughts, raise the vibe. Raise the vibe. Everything we thought we knew, it's all up for review. Everything's gonna change for the better. It's not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. We sang the song before, danced all over this floor. Well, the whisper we heard in the breeze, my friend, has turned into a roar. To light your fire, fan your flame. Do what you must, be still, be strong, be bold, be brave, and meditate. Go to your altar, it starts inside. Raise your hands, raise your hearts, raise your voice, raise your thoughts, raise the vibe. Raise the vibe. Raise the vibe. Raise the vibe. Every hand you touch, every eye you see, every breath you take, every word you speak, every truth will begin to rise. Every lie will finally die, and the end will come to the fear of change. Nothing will be called out by its name. No, nothing hides and nothing slides, and only love survives. Only love survives. We're all waking up from the dream. It's a light that's time has come. It's a shining, blinding star, and it's a cavalry of love. One heart, one mind, one love, one tribe, one voice, one world, all perfectly aligned. Every color, every kind, every flavor, it's time. Only hate will be denied, and no single soul will ever be left behind. So raise the vibe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elise Carver. More love for Elise Carver. I've got Jean-Louis Boudreau accompanying her. Ah, yes, beautiful. Raise the vibe. I like it. Who's ready to raise the vibe? We are. You all are raising the vibe. You are doing it. Thank you so much for the ways that you show up. Thank you for our ushers. We got Bob, we got Dan, Mary Lou, Linda. Give them some love. Ah, yes. Thank you for the ways that you support this community. I'm so thrilled with all that we're able to do right now. We're really taking care of a lot of things, beautifying our space. We're getting ready for all those people who are coming now and who are on their way to coming. We're making this space just so amazing and so beautiful. Trimmed back all of our trees, added some more light on the parking lot. We got other things that we're doing as well. Thank you to our Board of Trustees who are doing an excellent job. Board of Trustees, stand up, Board of Trustees. Who's here from the Board of Trustees? Stand up. We got Paresh over there. We got David up here. Stephanie up here. We got Kenneth over here. The board president's name went out of my mind. That's not a good thing. Kenneth over here. Give Kenneth some love as our board president. That's the only challenge with calling out names, if you come to one and it goes blank, Can't forget the board president. Well, come on. Or it's like Mark one time said when Dr. Moyer, what was it? What was Dr. Moyer's? Huh? But what was the event? It was her big party celebration, and Mark called her Maureen instead of Dr. Moyer. Can't get the minister's name wrong. You can't get the board president's name wrong. Anyway, that's one of those moments I laugh at myself. All right, so thank you again, and there's many different ways to give. You can text to give 424-379-3733. You can use the QR code. You can go to the website, redondocsl.org/donate. Cash and checks, those of you online, we welcome your gifts as well, and thank you for the ways that you support us. Let's hold our gifts in our hands, maybe hold our gift to our heart as we say our affirmation together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. Yes.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling. I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling. I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
Thank you, Elise and Jean-Louis. Let's rise and pray. Let's do some prayer here today, and let's do it again from a state 3 consciousness. That's consciousness of surrender and letting go and allowing ourselves to be used by that great power within us. So it'll sound similar, but it'll have some nuances. All right, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life right now. And I, Gregory, speak my word. I declare right now that I am a vehicle. I am a vessel I am a surrendered being. I am open wide for the gifts of Spirit to be given through me. I am up to it. Everything I need is within me right now. I simply open myself. I allow it to come forth. I am a blessing to the world. I allow myself to bless the world. Knowing that truly it's the power of the divine within me that doeth all these things. I am grateful. I release this word. I let it be. I am surrendered. And so it is. Amen. Yes. Good job. Good job. Let's join hands and sing the peace song. Ministers, practitioners, come on up here with me.